This is Apollo Justice. So we're gonna try to do, like I said, we're gonna try to finish this before I go to England, which is in like 10 days? We can finish this in 10 days. I am excited to start this though. I've been so excited to start this game. So right now I have this for the iOS, I have an iPad. So we are starting Turnabout Trump.
No, get those lights off! Off!
Oh god, this is weird on the eyes. Gotta turn that down a bit. Showdown time. Lose. Oh! Eek! I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him. Hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. April 20th, 9:37 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Panicked. Palms sweaty. Mom's spaghetti. You cannot start the game with palms sweaty and not expect me to do a mom's spaghetti joke. Come on, man. Good morning. Good morning, sir. You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight. Wound up, sir? No, I'm loose. I'm fine. That screeching noise. Is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial, and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small. I'm fine. I got the finally to do my Courts of Steel voice work now. I'm fine. That explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech. I overdid it again. Oh, Kristoff. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down. You get my drift. With the cool, hip kids. Okay. Drift got me, sir. I'm all over that drift. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes, I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. Gulp. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. And today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him, no way.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Whoa. Good morning. Morning. It's all up to you today. First trial. Nervous. Meeting him. Cardiac arrest. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help? So, you're... Fine, I'm fine. Mr. Fine, is it? I did remember you having an odd name. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney. He's your friend, so why... You'll see. You can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean, it's time. Shall we? Yes, sir. Okay, I need to focus. First trial. Here comes justice. The court is now in session. We got the same judge from the last few games. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Oh, fucking pain, oh my god. The defense is, ready, Your Honor. I'm going blank. Don't panic. Too Yes, Your Honor, but I'm fine, really. Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strange. Mr. Gavin? Yes, Your Honor. I was under the impression you would be heading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However, the defense attorney must always cede to his client's wishes. My client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course he wants justice, but to entrust this case to this greenhorn, why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience, fine. But does he have cords of steel? Then let's begin. Defendant may enter the courtroom. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see, Mr. Wright. Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player. It's our boy, Mr. Phoenix Wrong. Yeah! I don't know, man. Things just happen, you know? One day you're a big fancy lawyer, and the next day you're playing pianos at the local club. I mean, shit happens, you know? I won't speak of it further then. The prosecution would be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne.
To think I saw you enter the room a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leave in chains.
Ah, Winston Payne, subtle as ever, I see.
The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him, wham, on the head, smack, killed him cold.
A customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say he was...
The pianist for the club, it seems.
Phoenix Wright. Pianist?
This is the weapon that took the victim's life, a bottle of grape juice. Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice.
The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence. As submitted as evidence by Prosecutor Payne. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filed in the court record. Make a practice of checking it frequently. Court record? Right, I've heard of that. Alright, so here's our attorney's badge. Smith's autopsy report. The time of death was around 2 a.m. April 17th. Death caused by a single blow to the forehead. Victim's name, Shady Smith. What a name! Estimated time of death, April 17th, between 1:45 a.m. and 2:15. Cause of death, cerebral hemorrhaging resulting from blunt trauma to the forehead. There's the crime photo, and we have a death photo. That's our crime photo. Alright, the sub-baseman at the Borscht Bowl Club touched the check for details. And that's Chris, and then this is our profiles. Winston Payne, age 61. He's another prosecutor from like the past games. This is our buddy Christoph Gavin, age 32. Phoenix Wright, age 33. Shady Smith, our victim. We don't know how old he was. He's a male. Use the court record button in the upper right to look at the evidence so far. I'm confident in your ability to handle this. Right, the court record button. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action. So the victim was a customer at this restaurant. It's very common. But just who was this, Shady Smith fellow? I'll say he was the real Slim Shady, if I must say. We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor. A traveler?
According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to this country recently, though his place of residence is unclear.
And he had some sort of connection with the defendant?
That, too, is unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime.
They only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing?
That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean.
And here's our crime scene again?
As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime.
Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in of itself!
Indeed, it appears our defendant
has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal. So I guess I think in like certain areas of Japan they are considered gambling is illegal. Like, I know gambling has different laws and stuff in different countries, because I know different states and everything it varies.
Objection!
It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that, a game in the pure sense, a competition, Your Honor.
Competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome. Pumpkin?
The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present and impress women.
That will be our first order of business here, then. To find more out about this fatal game of cards. Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held on the night of the crime. My pleasure. This is it. My first trial. Here goes nothing. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interesting customers over at the poker table. The room where we play in the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is, a game, and our customers are happy. I mean, like, if you're just playing poker, what's so wrong about that, man? A pianist who can't play piano? Better than a defense attorney who can't defend. Oh my god. Payne, you've gotten your ass beaten several times. What the fuck are you talking about?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Right, Your Honor. The first cross-examination. Don't blow it. You're alright? You're sweating bullets. Bullets? Where? It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strange and raspy, too. My brain feels strange and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times. Though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? Should I ask Mr. Gavin for a refresher course? Cross-examination. Alright, let's do a refresher course, why not? Better safe than sorry, especially this early in the game. Yes, teach me! I know nothing! Indeed, your job, Justice, is to be mindful of the court record and the testimony. Look for inconsistencies in the testimony with what the court record tells you. When you found an inconsistency, that's when you present conflicting evidence from the court record. I didn't hear anything strange at all in the testimony just now. It's a good sign that you need to press the witness for more information. Press him? Don't let the fact that he's a remarkable man hold you back. Get more information. But isn't Mr. Wright my client? Well, think you can do it? Yes, thank you, sir. I think I can do it. I think you'd better. We're going to have a problem. Just remember, find any inconsistencies, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. That is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Inconsistencies? Lies? Phoenix Wright? As if Phoenix Wright would never lie. It's up to me to prove it. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Alright, so I'm gonna press on just about every statement. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all.
Hold it!
You can hardly play? Oh, I play sometimes, when customers demand it. So I play them one song. That's usually all they want. Is that supposed to be a boast just now? The title of pianist is a mask, a respectable face I wear for the world at large. Then why are you really at the Borscht Bowl Club? My real job is to take on interesting customers over at the poker table. The room where we play in the competition and there are the club's main attractions.
Hold it!
The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction? It's quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. Black market? All in the past, things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice to say that there were a lot of details being made under the table. Right there in that room, smoky room, gambling hoods, you know. Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad to the bone. The bosses gather around the table, cutting deals safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, the goon keeps watch through the small window. I can practically picture it now. That window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout, but little else. There might a few other tricks to it, though it's common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to playing poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. Why 2?
Hold it!
2 decks of cards? on the floor, each one forming a complete deck. The crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Incidentally, we used 2 types of cards at the club. One deck of cards was red, the other blue. As I recall, in poker, you make 5-card hands. I see how it would be easy to cheat. Yes, a game of hands. That's all it is, a game, and our customers are happy. Hold it! That's not that. So, you claim you weren't gambling. That's right, it was simply a game. You didn't bet any money? Not even a little? The only thing at stake is our game. Our game is pride itself. Oh ho, well put, Mr. Wright. I got a mind to play a hand of poker myself. Stakes, your fate. Can you get back to the show now? Imagine Mr. Wright lying in a testimony. Isn't it a little early to jump into conclusions? This is your first promise examination. Take it slow. Need more information? Don't forget to press. Right, I got it. I'm fine. Listen to that testimony again. Alright, piano trade. We're gonna jump. Hold it! I'll press on this one because I pressed on it. They pay you to just play poker? That would seem to be the case. I am a professional after all.
Bah! Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hardworking member of society like me to imagine.
Yes, your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston.
What?
I played poker for 7 years in that little room, and I've never lost once. What? You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is quite a draw. Wait, you've never lost once? Not even one time? As I said, I'm a professional. He's played poker for 7 years, not lost once. Is that even possible? This competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. That's right. It's a simple game after all. Are you sure? Huh? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment that the crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime? Now that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense. Ah! I completely let that one slip by. Don't despair yet, Justice. Sir, right? There's something I'd like to make clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand. And I'd like to hear it from you. Sure, why not? Very well. The defendant will amend his testimony. Just one little press. I've got myself a whole new testimony. I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon. Silence? The defendant has the right to refuse to testify. I haven't forgotten everything about the law. But why? That clearly puts you at a disadvantage. And it's your job to turn that around in our favor, yes? Great. Like I didn't have enough to do already. Justice, didn't you detect anything odd about that testimony? Huh? Wait, something you said did ring a little strangely. Just one thing. Well, what was it? You figure it out, I like to suggest presenting evidence. Evidence that contradicts the testimony. A contradiction in Mr. Wright's testimony? But why? Better check out the court record. I can't imagine Mr. Wright lying in his testimony. Hello, his prints are on the bottle, that's right. Okay, got it. Well, that's all it is. Makes sense. I never say I touched the murder weapon, but the prints are on it.
Objection!
So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon. This grape juice bottle, right? So I said. Something the matter, Mr. Justice?
Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb.
What's this, Mr. Payne?
I examined the bottle in question, you see, and it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints.
Objection! No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine. Oh my god, I love this. I love it so much. Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case. But what about my courts of steel? Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant? Well, that's true.
Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints.
Huh?
But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down.
Upside down? What does that mean?
It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there can only be one reason for that. Yes. To frame someone
see. Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to the court? Okay, calm, go away. I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now. Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case.
I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason.
Objection!
Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. And what might that be, Mr. Gavin? On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police? Reported?
Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright, but still that...
Really?
Yes, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from the near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone. Let's take a look at a diagram of the murder scene, shall we? The victim was murdered in a small room in a basement 2 floors down from the ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above the ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant.
I see, and this is the phone that made the call? Right, cell phone, and court record. Ooh, excuse me. The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if so he chose. Yet he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he's being uncooperative? Eric! Nice save, Mr. Gavin. I better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being.
Toyed? I assure you no one is more serious about...
What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment that the crime occurred? How can you possibly know this? That's a good question. How indeed? Answer simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness.
You're as good as they say you are.
So someone else was in the room the night of the crime. That must mean they witnessed the crime. Yeah, that's a witness. That's a witness, Apollo. Everything up till now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? Very well, the prosecution may call its first witness to the stand.